Hi, once again we are going to now start our assessment. As we have covered the skull, we have covered the face, we have covered the eyes. So now we are going to assess the next part of the assessment, that is our ears. So as you can see, we have to assess the patient's ear now. You can turn the patients to the other side so that you can inspect the patient's ear. You can look for any kind of deformity in the ear, whether the ear is in the symmetry. You can see in front of the face that whether it is in the alignment like in the both side, and you have to look for whether the patient's eyes and the ear like a correlation you have to see. You can see this is the normal you can say alignment within the eyes and the nose. Okay, if the alignment is little bit low, okay, so that means the patient is having the low set of ear. Okay, so you have to look for the alignment of the ear, and now you have to look for the consistency of the ear, or what is the a status of the ear, whether there is some a redness, there is the skin matching between the above and lower ear, okay, or any kind of discharge is coming out of the ear, that you have to look for. Okay, and there is one thing BSc first year, there is one tophi kind of a lesion which is present in this area. Okay, if the uric acid stones are present in this area or it is accumulated, so that is known as tophi. Okay, so that you have to look for if the patient is having, so you have to document it in your notes. Okay, then now you are going to press the tragus. As I have told you one day, the tragus you have to move like this, so that any kind of tenderness, do you feel any pain when I'm palpating like this? No. So if the patient is having any tenderness like this, so you have to mention in the notes. Okay, and then now you have to palpate the pinna like this. Okay, so this is the external auditory of the patient. You have to press the patient's ear like this, so that you can feel any kind of a tenderness, any kind of edema, any kind of a palpated edema or any tenderness is there, you have to look for. Okay, or any lesion, any kind of abnormal mass is there or not, that you have to look for. Okay, and this lobule part you have to press, so that you can feel any kind of edema or swelling in this area. Okay, so once this ear part is normal, so we have to go backward. So as you can see, this is the a mastoid a process of the patient's ear. This bony prominence you can see in the patient's ear, that you have to press for. If you are feeling any pain, no. So we have to press the patient like a mastoid process like this. If any pain is there, so we have to mention. Okay, it can be infection, it can be due to some inflammation. Okay, so it will be painful. Okay, now what you are going to do, BSc first year, you are going to you can say see the internal you are going to see a little bit inside the external auditory canal. Okay, so you are going to push it up and down. Okay, so what I told you during the class time, that you are going to push it up and backward, and you are going to inspect it, and you are going to take a flashlight, and you are going to make visualize this. Okay, we are going to a flashlight, and we are going to visualize it for inside any kind of lesion is there, any abnormal mass is there, any kind of a tumor thing is there, so you are going to inspect in this area. Okay, so once you have inspected this, so in this position again you are going to take a otoscope. Okay, so as I told you BSc first years, that you are going to use a otoscope while you are going to visualize the internal a tympanic membrane. So what you are going to look for, as I told you, tympanic membrane will be nice grayish or pearly white, a tympanic membrane will be there. So when you are inserting it, so you can see, make sure you have to own it, and the light source will be there. Okay, so what you are going to do, you are going to pull it up and you are going to pull it backward, and you are going to insert it like this, and you are going to see. You are going to look a very pearly and white color tympanic membrane. Okay, and if any kind of perforation or it's something discharge like this, you will be able to see it. Okay, and like this, as I'm showing you again, once again we are going to pull it up and backward, and you are going to insert the otoscope like this, and you are going to visualize it. Okay, so you are always going to put this otoscope like this very lightly. You are never going to hold it very tightly, because it can give extreme pain to the patient, it can give the tenderness to the patient. Okay, so with the otoscope you are going to visualize the tympanic membrane, and it should be pearly white color. Okay, so if the patient's tympanic membrane should be pearly white, but if it is not, that means there should be some rupture. You can expect some rupture in the tympanic membrane, as I have shown you in the pictures. Okay, so if any rupture is there, so that means patient should be having some of the hearing aids or there will be some hearing problems to the patient. Okay, and any kind of blood discharge is coming, any kind of you can say lesion you are able to see, so that you have to document. Okay, and one more thing you have to see for, you have to look for the size of the ear. Okay, if the size of the ear is very small, that is known as microtachia. Okay, or like a macrotachia means when the size of the ears is very big. Okay, there are some conditions, health related problems, in which the ear size will be very more and they should be very small. Okay, so you have to look for that. Okay, so once the otoscope test is done, you have seen the like internal like what to say tympanic membrane of the patient. So now we can have the test related to the tuning fork. So as you all know, we are also going to assess for the hearing test on the patient. Okay, so that is related to the sensory neural like a hearing problem, and there will be some conduction like a hearing problem. Okay, so as you all know, conduction hearing loss means when the patient's outer like a external auditory canal and the middle like a ear is affected. Okay, so any kind of secretions is collected inside, any kind of abnormal like any kind of abnormal secretion is present, or any kind of blockage is there in the external ear or the middle ear. So there might be some conditions which patient having the conducting hearing loss. And sensory neural means, as I told you, when the cranial nerve which is present, that is vestibulocochlear nerve. Okay, so that is affected, that we have to assess that. Okay, but before telling you that, I need to assess the hearing like a power of the patient. That means we are going to check the cranial nerve number 8, that is vestibulocochlear nerve. Okay, in that we are going to say that whether the patient is able to hear something or not. Okay, so I'm going to assess the patient's this one like you can say whether this is your left side, no? So I'm going to assess the left side of the patient's ear. Okay, so I'm going to close this ear. Okay, and I'm going to say some words to the patients like you can say if I'm saying that if we are going to assess this ear. Okay, so I'm going to keep the arm like this and I'm going to say something. Okay, and you have to repeat it. Okay, can you tell me what was that? Okay, so that was apple banana, so she said it right. Okay, so now I'm going to cover this area, okay, this ear, and I'm going to assess this ear. Okay, so now I'll say again. Okay, so I whispered some words and she was able to reciprocate. That means the patient's hearing power is like a normal. Okay, so we can go a little bit like far away from the patient and we can whisper something, and if the patient was able to say something what we have said, so that means patient's vestibulocochlear nerve is perfectly fine. Okay, so patient's hearing acuity is normal. Now as I told you, now we are going to know the hearing like assessment like we are going to do. Okay, so we are going to use either like actually the tuning fork is this one. Okay, so we have to set the vibration powers here. Okay, and this one is also can be used like for the vibration. So what we are going to do, we are going to tap it like in the elbow region like this, so it is having the extreme vibrations in this area. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to assess first the hearing like impairment which can be there, that is for the conduction like you can see hearing problem. So conduction means what? That is for outer ear and for the middle ear. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tap it on my like elbows like this, and I am going to keep it on the mastoid process of the patient. Okay, so once the mastoid process nearby the ear, I'm keeping this like a tuning fork. So I will say the patient to hear. Are you able to hear these vibrations till now? No. So I'm going to tap it once again. Listen it. Now. So the patient, and I will ask the patient that when the patient is able to stop hearing this vibration. Now you are not able to hear? Okay, so I'm going to keep it little bit here. So still if you are able to hear me? Okay, so I'm able to show you here that once the vibrations is over like this one time, so it will be like this. Okay, and once again if I'm going to like tap it here, so if still the patient is able to hear it, so that means the patient's conduction hearing is normal. That means the patient is able to hear either from the mastoid process and either from the front of the ear. Okay, so that means ear is also going from the front part, that is your you can say like a middle of the ear, and then if I'm tapping it like this and I'm keeping it in the back side of the mastoid process, that is the bony prominence. So that means both of your sensory neural and your like conducting like a hearing loss is not there, patient is able to hear it. Okay, so then next time, now I'm going to test for the sensory neural or you can say bony you can see hearing loss like a problem is there. So again I'm going to tap it and I'm going to keep it like this. Okay, so whether you are able to feel the vibrations, So that means right now if the patient is able to feel the vibration, so it is going from here to here and it is going inside and the patient is able to hear that. That means the patient's bony conduction is normal and patient's sensory neural hearing loss is not there. Patient can hear it. Okay. So as I have told you that this is the, like first we have discussed about this tapping and we have kept the vibrations here and then we have tested on the outer ear. So that was like we have discussed, that is our Rene test and the Weber test. So these two tests we are performing, and this was the bony conduction test where we are keeping on the forehead patient and we are tapping it and the patient is able to feel the vibrations, and if the patient is able to say yes, he is able to or she is able to hear it, so that means patient is having no kind of, like you can say, hearing problem. Okay, so that's how already I have mentioned you about the Rene test and the Weber test. So like this we are going to perform it. Okay, so like this we are going to perform the hair assessment. Okay, so thank you so much, and in next video we are going to confirm the next assessment. Okay, thank you.